Okay, we are live.
Yay.
And we are talking about manga. And as you can see, we have our act together.
Totally, 100%, as always.
It's going to be amazing. Everyone just settle down and get ready. Oh, someone in the chat's excited about Ranma. I'm excited about Ranma as well. I think this might be my favourite manga series.
Wow, that's a big call.
I know. Yeah. Like, maybe more than Evangelion? I know.
I mean, I gotta give it to you. It's a pretty good one.
It's probably the one that's been with me the longest.
Wow.
You know? I would have read the English back in 94 or 95.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's 2021. So that's a long time ago.
Yeah. The years add up.
Yeah.
You must have been a babby.
Yep. Grade 4. Grade 4, grade 5. So, what's that, about 11, 12? Now, don't forget to like and subscribe us on YouTube. Did you get it from Daimaru? No, Peach Hyper. I would have got the English. In fact, I'll talk about it now. So here's my copy. I think my cousin gave me this because he would have bought it.
Fancy.
And
What a lovely cousin.
I know. So would have got this at like the bookstore. It's in English.
Yeah. But of course we also have the Japanese here.
I've got the Japanese, and that's the one we're going to look at today, the Japanese.
Nice.
It...
Probably have various DVDs of it too. For the anime.
Yes, I should. Because it's the English, it goes in a different direction.
Yeah, because one of the ones... It was
back in the days.
Back in the day when they
Yeah. And
every now and then you still get one that does that.
I was looking at the publishing information earlier. 1993 was when it was published. So back then, they flipped everything.
Flipped or flopped.
Well, except for this panel, because the Japanese writing isn't flipped. But then here, they would have flipped it.
Well, that's the thing.
Here we go.
And this is why it's tricky. Because they had to flip some bits, and then sometimes it was a matter of like rearranging, like cutting and pasting and rearranging stuff.
Yeah.
Because for some of them they couldn't flip it for whatever reason, and it must have been so much work.
Yeah, like 93 was that was Photoshop in use back then? And even if it was, probably not for this sort of stuff.
And then also they redid the artwork a bit too, because they've redone the onomatopoeia.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these days they tend not to.
Look at the inner page thing.
Yeah, that's nice.
How good's that?
Yeah. Classy.
But this is taking us away from very important things like when was this published? And what price was it? It had a recommended retail price of 390 yen.
Very nice.
And it's got this great picture on the back. Oh, I know I said I wouldn't run back and get stuff, but I'll get my Ranma 1/2 art book. So cover for me?
Yeah, right before we started, Lab Monkey was like, oh, I always run off and get stuff. I'm going to be organized today. I'm going to make sure I get the things now. So he ran off to get the English version right before we started, but of course didn't think about all the other lovely Rama Nimonichi themed things that he owns.
So when you make a manga series or an anime series, you got to have some art up your sleeve to put on little bits like that. And so here's the Ranma 1/2 art book.
That's so nice.
I know. And usually I buy these things in Japan, but this must have been a... this is all in English, so this is a Western one. 2001, looking at the publishing here.
Lovely.
Oh, man, and just like really all the colour spreads the artist would have made for the different promotional things, all that stuff. So Ranma with bunny ears. This is a great little... oh,
that's cute.
But like, paint, like, would that have been like not charcoal, crayon sort of thing, like pastels.
Oh, pastels. Maybe.
Yeah, so mixed art, like mixed mediums and this sort of stuff.
Yeah. Or it could have been charcoal. Who knows?
Anyway, off topic again. I do want to talk about the book. I want to talk about the artist.
Yeah, the art book is very much part of that too. So.
Yeah, I want to talk about the artist. And
Nice one.
in the English, they had a picture
that's cute.
of the lady herself.
Nice.
So here's Rumiko Takahashi.
Takahashi Rumiko.
Yep. And I'll read this out. Rumiko Takahashi was born in 1957 in Niigata, Japan. She attended a women's college in Tokyo, where she began studying comics with Kazuo Koike, author of Crying Freeman. I'm not sure if you've heard of. He was like a assassin kind of comic. In 1978, she won a prize in Shogakukan's annual New Comic Artist Contest. And in that same year, her series, Lam Urusei Yatsura, began appearing in the weekly manga magazine, Shonen Sunday.
Nice.
This phenomenally successful series ran for 9 years and would go on to eventually sell 22 million copies. Takahashi is considered by many to be the most popular comic writer in Japan or America.
Wow.
Other titles include Ranma 1/2, 1 Pound Gospel, and Meisoni Koku, all of which I have an example of over here.
Well done.
So her other comics she's famous for, Meisoni Koku. All right, here's
definitely a classic.
we got a tankobon here.
Yeah,
But
this is interesting.
This is like a mini tankobon.
Yeah.
But they got more pages, so it usually makes collecting them a bit easier because it's less volumes.
Nice. Yeah, Meizon Ikoku is a few people's favorite.
Yeah, so you can see the art. What a great page that was.
Good story.
How good's that?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
What a splash screen. But I think the difference there in the book size is that this size, I think, is aimed at adults, the smaller size. Yeah, so it's like the type that they would take on the train with them and stuff, and it's just like a novel kind of size.
Yeah.
Because that's the same size as novels are published in
Okay.
Japan.
Absolutely.
Whereas this is the slightly more like, young reader audience.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
The other thing is Ranma was aimed at a kind of junior high school, senior high school audience, whereas this was in another magazine, which was like aimed at an older crowd. She's most famous for Urusei Yatsura, who you might know. Lam is a quite popular character.
Compare the prices.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, we're on Price Watch again.
Yeah, Price Watch.
379 yen for the tankobon.
Whereas this is 600.
600 yen. But you get more manga in
You're getting that from a bookstore. You're getting that from a manga store.
That said, you're only getting like an extra third,
yeah.
And yet you're paying almost double the price.
Yeah, but it's a different market.
Yeah. Urusei Yatsura, pretty big. In fact, I think it's gotten big. I think it's kind of notorious in the West as well.
Yep.
A lot of the
another great one.
A lot of the study music channels, they have like Lam on there for like a retro Japanese aesthetic.
They had a Urusei Yatsura cafe once. I saw
in Japan.
I didn't go in. They were like, "Did you want to go in? It's probably creepy." And I said, "No." It's
Oh, you missed out.
It would be the ladies in bikinis, I guess.
Oh, yeah. 1 Pound Gospel, another series she's popular for. He's a boxer, she's a nun. I think
drama ensues.
I think that just speaks for itself.
Yeah, that's quite the setup. Wow, that's a great panel.
She's great at action, at drawing action. And, if you studied under a guy that draws like assassin comics, then makes sense, doesn't it?
True.
And one last one, Mermaid Saga.
Nice.
As well. Which is more of her like kind of dark stories. So again, another great action page.
Yeah, and she's known for doing some amazing shorts and stuff too.
And horror? Well, not horror, but like really dark stuff happens in a lot of her comics. But
this is just a small collection of what she's done. Like, I mean, you've got even more titles.
Yeah, I can go if you want.
It's okay.
I can go get more. But we're here to talk about Ranma 1/2, so let's crack on. Let's get into that. Yep. Oh, Inuyasha, of course. I'm forgetting Inuyasha. Oh, I should go get Inuyasha.
No, it's focus.
I've got all of Inuyasha.
I can find Inuyasha.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let's talk about Ranma 1/2. I want to talk about Ranma. She's gone. She's left me to go get Inuyasha. Second shelf in the middle, from the top. So here's the opening page. We see Ranma here. Mokuji down in the corner. Each chapter has an interesting title. This first chapter is Ranma ga Kita. Okay, Ranma's arrived. And it opens with a very oddly written postcard. Inuyasha, great. There's an Inuyasha book there.
Also, Rinne is another recent series.
I think Rinne is the most recent one at the moment.
I just randomly grabbed volume 11 because that was the closest to me.
You know, I started collecting it and then dropped off. It's not as interesting.
Interesting.
As the other stuff. Like, it's kind of devolved
less interesting.
into...
just tropes and stuff?
Yeah, just tropes and stuff.
Maybe she got tired.
Yeah. So, we see this man.
Yes.
And he's saying,
crying.
Ranma's coming. I've waited so long for this day. And they're one of these great splash pages, which I'm sure I have in colour in that art book.
Yeah, in the art book.
And would have been in colour in the magazine. Because they will print like a special colour page.
Yeah, every now and then.
Every now and then. So we see the Tendo girls. Kasumi's cutting watermelon. Nabiki's chilling out. And Akane, of course, is exercising and doing karate.
Nice.
And, you know, you got to come. This will interest you because you're involved in this. And this is So Tendo. And he explains to his daughters that Ranma's coming. And one of them is to marry him to carry on the dojo. Because both him and Ranma's father... were like students of the Anything Goes martial arts dojo.
Yep.
And he runs the dojo.
And they made a promise.
Yep. Okay. Betrothed.
Yep.
Now.
It's rough.
We see this girl running away from a panda.
Yep. Seems unrelated if you don't know the story.
And she says, cut it out. I can't believe it. You're marrying me off to somebody who I haven't even met. I'm going back to China. And China's a big deal in Ranma 1/2.
Yes.
It's referenced a lot. The panda's having none of this, knocks her out, takes her off. Now, this is interesting because they're saying zawa zawa, hiso hiso, so it's just like whisper whisper sort of thing.
Everyone's talking about them behind their back. In
the English...
Yeah, this is a good comparison.
Yeah.
Up on the page for you.
Oh, thank you. This, I gotta be careful with the English, because Ranma
getting a bit old.
Ranma can get a bit hot.
Yeah.
And,
they've got choice,
Yes, I've censored out a lot of the Japanese one, but I haven't had time to go through the English. Now, they were saying, like, you know, whisper, whisper, right?
Yep.
Man. Panda.
Big one. Big one. I guess they just...
Which is interesting, because in English we can...
whisper about?
Well, PSST, right?
Psst, yeah. Or you can even just write whisper, whisper.
Yeah. Now, the girls start asking, what kind of boy is Ranma? Is he handsome? Is he cute? Kasumi, who's like a very polite girl, not in the first chapter. She's kind of like...
that's interesting. They haven't like really gotten her character down yet.
How old is he? A younger men bore me. She's kind of that kind of character.
Yeah.
And he starts laughing. Ha ha ha! Shit on.
Don't know.
No idea.
No idea. Oh.
Shiranai?
What
You
else?
don't know. Atakoto naimon. I've never met him. And now, let go of me, will you? Hanase, bakayo. And, it must be Ranma. Then they come running because this giant panda's here. Father, are these friends of yours? No. Oh, so just a panda and a girl show up. It happens all the time. And you must be Ranma. Saotome Ranma. Sorry. And Nabiki thinks he's cute. He hugs her, and then, she's a woman. Poke, poke.
Poke, poke. That's rude.
So rude. And
he cries about it.
He must have fainted.
Oh, Chilian is a sound of silence.
Yes. Now, so it was raining before, right? So something that she was interviewed. Now, Rumiko Takahashi rarely gives interviews. She's very secretive.
Yep.
But when she does, she usually drops a bit of interesting information. And one of her interviews was, how do you feel about Ranma being so popular overseas? And she said, I just never thought it would happen because there's so much Japaneseness that I thought people would never pick up on.
Get it, yeah.
One thing is the seasons.
Yeah.
The seasons are, in a comic series, people might not think too much about the seasons. Yeah. The story, even though it's just each...
I'm sorry. It's ringing.
Yeah.
It's that little bell. That's what the is.
Even though each kind of story is standalone, in a way, like it's not really an ongoing story. The seasons are ongoing. The seasons are continuous. The seasons follow the story.
That's interesting.
So she said, this is summer, and then it goes into winter, and autumn, then spring, and all that. The seasons are very important, but it's something that probably most Westerners wouldn't pick up on.
Yeah.
So I thought that was quite interesting.
It's interesting that that subtext is very important to the author. People didn't get that necessarily overseas, but they still really loved the series.
Yeah, and it doesn't
just shows you
doesn't detract from the series at all. It's not important at all.
Yeah.
But the author thinks it's important.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah. Now, so obviously it's not going to happen. It's not going to work out because she's a girl. And Akane says, do you want to be friends? And why don't you come to our dojo? Because you studied a bit of karate apparently. But she says, I've done some kung fu as well. And so the whole the school's called the Anything Goes School of Martial Arts. So it's like a mixture of all these different martial arts, whatever works basically. Now Akane thinks, don't worry, I won't go hard on you. I'll take it easy. Akane can't land a punch on her. She's too fast. And she's like, is she reading my moves? This is so weird. Then she thinks, all right, this is for real. And Ranma
punches a hole in the wall.
Yep, punches a hole in the wall. Ranma just effortlessly jumps over her.
And pokes her.
Pokes her in the back of the head. And they have a good giggle about that. The giant panda is taking a bath. Now, meeting with Son is this old man. And Nabiki's saying, hey, who's this old man? Dunno. Kasumi tells Ranma she's got to take a bath because she must be sweaty from her workout. Okay, now this is where it gets too hot for YouTube. So we see Ranma having pouring cold water on her before jumping in the bath. Akane goes in and up. There's a boy coming out of the bath. Akane just backs out of the room. And then screams, runs down the hall, picks up this heavy stone to bash him with. Then, I'm Ranma Saotome. Sorry.
Yep.
And then we get to chapter 2.
Yeah, so that would have been the cliffhanger that they ended the first week.
First week.
Yeah.
And then he says, let me explain it again. So, this is my good friend, Genma Saotome, and my son, Ranma. Another great splash page. What's going on? Are you really her? And so we learn that when Ranma is submerged in cold water, he becomes a she. And when Genma is submerged in cold water...
how Takahashi came up with this stuff.
I know. He becomes a giant panda.
Yes.
Okay, and how did this happen? Well, they were doing a training exercise in China. So they were learning Kung Fu, going through China, strengthening their martial arts. And they turn up to this ground called Jusenkyo. And the guide says, you're very strange ones for wanting to train here. This place is cursed. And it's these bamboo rods that are poking out of these like little springs.
That you got to try and balance on.
Yeah. And so they fight there. And Ranma easily knocks Genma into one of the springs. And are we done? Are we going? Then this panda jumps out. And the guide explained that that's the spring of the drowned panda. Many years ago, a giant panda drowned in that spring. And now whoever falls in there is cursed to change into a giant panda when they are splashed with cold water. Genma knocks Ranma into a spring just out of out of childish revenge.
Yeah, as you do.
And he drowns.
As you do with your son.
He falls in the spring of drowned girl. A girl drowned there many years ago. And now, whenever he's splashed with cold water, he becomes a girl. And they fight. And the girls berate Genma, how could you take your son to such a dangerous place? What is wrong with you? And he gives them a guidebook. And, it's all written in Chinese. I understand. You can't read Chinese. Pimpon. But when submerged in hot water, they turn back to themselves.
Yeah.
Okay? And Son's like, well, it's not such a problem, is it? And then my eldest daughter, Kasumi, my middle child, Nabiki, and my youngest, Akane. All are 19, 17, 16. So not much age difference. Pick anyone you want. She'll be your fiancé. And suddenly the girls are like, oh, it's got to be Akane. Yes. And it's like, why me? Oh, well, you hate boys, don't you? So you're in luck. She's a bit of both. And he's like, hey, I'm not going out with this pervert.
Oh my God.
And he's like, hey, you walked in on me. And he's like, they're already a perfect couple. And Ranma's like, I'm going back to China to get through this curse.
Oh,
now,
okay.
apparently, there's a spring of drowned man.
Right.
And it's like, why would you not just jump in there straight away?
Yep. Didn't know about it?
It's never explained.
Right.
Well,
otherwise, no plot contrivance.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah.
And, it's always dangled in the story, maybe they're going to go back there, or maybe someone sent it back.
Yeah.
But it never eventuates. It's always,
Yeah.
always maintains the status quo.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun.
They should have done it one time, and then it doesn't work out somehow. I don't know. It makes them double man.
I think in one story, it just turns out to be ordinary water.
Oh, right.
So he says, it doesn't matter. We were both girls when we saw each other. Anyway, I'm better built to boot. And so Akane clobbers him with the table.
Yep.
And Genma says, that one Ranma had coming.
Yeah.
Kasumi says, please don't think ill of Akane. She's such a sweet girl. She's also a violent maniac. So a lot of gags.
It's very much a gag manga.
More too hot for YouTube. They see each other again. And slap.
Nice.
I think I remember the English, So she's got spunk. Doesn't that make her cuter? Cute is not the word.
Nice.
And yeah, that's the story of Ranma 1/2. Did you know it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd read it before?
I've read it before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Definitely a classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the gender politics are obviously weird, but that's the gag.
Yeah. I don't know. Would you say revolutionary for the time?
Maybe. I don't know. For the time.
Yeah. I think there are some chapters where it's not that woke.
Oh,
where
no,
it's
definitely
treated
not.
a bit
It's
poorly.
A bit
I don't know. I think a lot of people could get something out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And generally speaking, it's like it made people think of different perspectives they hadn't discovered at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe. What was this? 1988? So yeah.
Oh, was it?
I think so. I forget now. Oh, it's further forward, yeah.
1988.
Yeah.
Good memory. Now, these are always fun. So this must have been a reprint because... Oh, no. This would have been what was being serialized in the magazine at the moment that this Tankobon came out.
Tankobon came out. Yeah. Nice.
Chapters 1 to 29.
Nice.
Yeah, because these people...
Yeah, like on sale now.
Yeah,
chapters 1 to 29.
These people come out way later.
Yeah. That's exciting.
And some ads for like other manga at the time.
I mean, it might still be a reprint.
Uwasa no Otokomae. Oh, this one I've seen before. It's quite must have been quite popular. And your favourite, Detective Conan.
Yes, I am a big fan of Detective Conan.
Serialized in Shonen Sunday. In fact, I've got a Shonen Sunday with Detective Conan. We should do a Detective Conan episode.
Nice.
At some point.
I would appreciate it.
In fact, let's do that. The next one.
Nice.
Ghost Sweeper Mikami. I remember that. Maybe the anime being quite popular. And Ushio Totora. So this was like the golden age of Shonen Shonen Sunday.
Yeah.
All like the big series. Well, at least the big series when we were into all that stuff.
Very much.
Yeah.
Well, probably at the height of their sales and everything.
Let's get some of the art out just while we're finishing up.
Nice. I love art books. They're always heaps of fun.
Oh, so here's like another
oh, nice.
interview with Rumiko Takahashi with the artist.
She seems like such a nice, cute lady.
I know. And she like worked with a publisher a lot, saying, okay, what do people want in a manga, and that they did a lot of research. I know she likes martial art films, and so Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, that kind of gave her the idea for like slapstick martial arts for Ranma.
Nice. Yeah, there is a bit of that in Ranma, isn't there?
And I think she said there was even a bit of like, oh, that's my alarm. Hang on, let me just get that.
It's got some really nice... See, some of these would probably be from covers, others are just for the fun of having some artwork. Comments from the artist. It was easy to draw Ranma because I like both the boy and girl characters. In the black and white version, both have black hair, but in color, I gave girl Ranma a pinkish color so that you could tell them apart more easily.
Yeah. I think at the time, Japan was going through like a big fascination with Chinese culture as well. So that would have also been a spark for the story.
Amazing spread there. It's cute that they've got comments from the artist from Takashi-san. Sensei. Takashi-san Sensei. These are probably all just like little random ones that were at the back of the book or something. You know how they've got like some little picture on the back?
Yeah.
Like that type.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's just a collection of all those things.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, here we go. In the early days of serialization, I thought the female Ranma would be in the spotlight more than the male. I like this illustration because of the large female Ranma and for the bright and cheerful feeling it has. This one here. Yeah, that is very bright and cheerful.
Oh well, shall we make it our plan to check out Detective Conan?
Yeah, for
Next,
sure.
we'll have a big Shonen Sunday
very nice.
appreciation month.
Yeah, although I think next Sunday is the next month.
Oh yeah, right. So that doesn't work.
That's okay. We'll just do it anyway.
Yep. Great. Oh, thank you very much for watching our look at Ranma 1/2. We hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well so that you don't miss an episode. But I think that's us for today.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
sayonara.
Bye bye.